Well, let's get started. Got a lot to talk about today. On the well.
Hi, we are back with The Well. I am Danetta. We are with Marvin and Brian and Daniel. Okay, how y'all doing?
Man, feeling real good. Thank you for asking. Nobody be asking me. Hey, I'm happy to be back, Marvin. Thank you for having me back, man.
Daniel, how you feeling today?
It's always a pleasure to be here, and I'm feeling great.
I have a question. Okay, so why do black people, if you will, black people, when artists reach a certain standard in their career, why do we automatically say it's the Illuminati? Like, why don't we let our gifts be the reason why we're there? Why does it have to be like, oh, such and such is this big, they must have sold their soul? Why can't it be, oh, such and such is here because they're that talented? Like, even for example, like Steve Harvey, he's been around since forever, but recently he's just been like booking, his show took off, and I think he hosts a whole bunch of other stuff, and people have been saying like, oh yeah, he must have sold his soul to get, to get all this stuff.
But doesn't like, where I come from, I was taught, your gift will make room for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, we always say when someone makes it, they kind of, you're a sellout, you're selling out.
Yeah, like
Illuminati, different other. I think it's just jealousy more than anything.
Yeah, you're totally right, man. I think once you start booking shows, and I just think you're in the right place at the right time. God can use you.
Right.
You've been through mess. You've been through different things,
Right.
and now the Lord is you're ripe and ready to go.
Right.
And He knows that you're gonna stay humble. He knows that
Right.
you're not gonna wild out
Right.
with the money. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so I
Right.
think that's why Steve Harvey is blessed. Plus, he's blessed other people.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you do that, you have classes and seminars to help others.
Do we all here at the table listen to rap?
Rap.
Rap.
I do
Hip
like
hop, homie.
Hip-hop.
I
No,
do-
I'm just playing.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
rap.
'cause
Yeah,
I
we do.
like
I
rap
listen
and
to-
hip hop. I think it's a difference. I think with rap it's more aggressive, more explicit. I think
Look at
hip hop
you.
has
Okay,
like a
you
little,
breaking it down, man.
I think hip
Okay,
hop
gonna
has
change
like
my
a little-
breakdown right in front of me. The way I broke it down, you're gonna try to break it down. That's cool though. That's cool.
I mean, I am a girl, but
So how do you feel about entertainers at the end of every speech or the beginning of every speech? They say, oh, I like to first give honor to God, but their first word in their album is just a cuss word
Right.
and talking about B and H's and
It's
all
a
that.
filler, and it's it's what
Yeah.
folks are. I feel like they expect us to hear them say that, so they say that.
But is
I
that
don't
you
know,
being
I think-
I don't know.
is that you being judgmental of their walk?
That's what I was just going to say. I personally don't know where they are with their relationship with God, so I don't know how true it is.
You know what? I think for me, as far as what they say, I don't see a problem with it. At least they recognize and know who the blessings come from. I think on the back end though, you have to be careful with what you're putting out. If you're talking about the trap, right?
Yeah.
I know that doesn't line up with the Lord, but then I get up there and I say, hey, first and foremost, I want to thank my God. Yo, what's up, my? You know what I'm saying? And they say, what's up, my knees, and all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, what's going on here?
You're selling two different.
Yeah, it's
Right.
I'm not knocking them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, hey, you're this, you're that. I just think you got to be careful.
But do you think like one of the things narratives out now is that most Christian rappers are rappers that really didn't make it in the world, so they're coming over to the church to get that check?
For me, it is gospel rap, but a lot of them don't want to be titled as I'm a Christian rapper.
And
I don't mind that because we're trying to reach the world. We're trying to reach people that don't know Christ. So a lot of times when you put a label on it, yeah, people are gonna be like, yo, I'm automatically not gonna listen to that. So for me, I just say rap in general, people that are talking about the Lord, it's good stuff. And they're doing it well. They're doing it at a different caliber from the 90s to now. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Christian rappers, I'm not really big on them. I don't feel like they're original.
I
feel
disagree.
like-
I totally disagree. And the people that I'm naming off,
I agree.
these different artists, you know what I'm saying? KB, Lecrae, all these people that we know of,
Yeah.
they do it at a different level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind them, but I'm talking about people who be like, oh my God, like that Migos bad and bougie, gotta get on it and talk about God.
No, I don't want to hear that because I want to hear the regular version.
I do.
I'm just saying, I do.
You're gonna go into the studio and you're gonna create something else.
Yeah.
Like with Christian rap, just be original. Don't bite off what's already
Totally
out
agree.
there.
Totally agree.
I don't like it.
So one of the hottest Christian rappers out right now is Chance the Rapper. What do you think about him?
I like him. I've been following him for a few years. He's just a breath of fresh air, especially with everybody trying to be so hard and so dark. I just think he's like a light and all of that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would consider him a Christian rapper.
And that
That's
too,
just
I don't know.
yeah, I wouldn't consider him I think he's a legit rapper, but as far as Christian rapper, I wouldn't put him in that lane, honestly.
It's like a lot of comedians don't want to be known as a Christian comedian. I'd rather just call me a comedian.
Yeah.
Right.
And they might be a clean comedian.
But what's wrong with
Yeah.
being associated with the church first and foremost?
I feel like folks don't want that handle because it puts them in a box. So that may be why they don't want to be able to be labeled. I'm a Christian rapper or I'm a secular rapper.
When you give your life to God, it's certain things you have to turn your back to.
You're correct.
You can't continue to do certain things, so you can be a part of this game or that game, and then I'll ask this question: what do you think about some people where they make it seem like, hey, when I was living a life of sin, it was just all A1 fun, but now that I'm with God, it's a little dull, and I'm trying to make my way through it and do all this.
I've never heard that.
Well, sin is fun. We know that. Let's just keep it real. Sin is fun. We know it's wrong, but we still do it. But I think also the life that we're living in the Lord is
so
fun
much
too.
better.
And I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, it does.
And how you package the message, the gospel. You can have a good time.
You're selling two different messages. You got to. It's either one. I was always taught in one way I live my life. You're either over here or you're over there.
Right.
You can't do both.
Yeah, that's
I can't walk up to a young child and say, hey, you got to live this way, but then you see me, hey, bleep 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 over here 1 second, then 1 second I'm, hey, let's pray together, let's go to the altar and let's ask
But
God for
isn't that how
forgiveness.
the human is? So like you're not gonna be perfect.
Life is about choices. We all grown.
Yeah, no,
we
you're
all,
totally right.
and it all starts with you. And so you make the choice. You make the choice of what you want to do and when you want to do it and how you want to do it.
It's
And we
just
have to
like
have self-control too.
Yeah.
I mean, self-control is something that we don't often talk about, even though we don't want to condemn anyone. But then there comes a time where you have to say, okay, I can't do this because I don't want to affect my walk with God. In retrospect, like you wouldn't cheat on, like if you were in a relationship with one person, you would want to do anything that's going to offend that individual because you don't want to mess up that relationship. In retrospect, you don't want to do the same thing with God.
So since we're not going to quantify him as a Christian rapper, what does a Christian rapper look like?
Well, I mean, it depends on you, because I mean, I wouldn't call him a Christian rapper, but I mean, it depends on your walk. Like, what if you are that Christian who is going through like a rocky period? Chance,
yeah, like a process.
You and Chance could be here. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it's whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
I just call him
When it all
Chance the
comes down to it,
Rapper.
yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, depending on your walk, you might be on the same page as Chance. So I guess it just depends.
But I want to ask you a question. I want to go back to the definition of a Christian rapper.
Oh, yeah.
A Christian rapper is someone who, through your lyrics, you're pointing people to Christ. You're pointing them to the truth.
Right.
You're talking about your struggles. You're talking about the different things that God got you through. There's also maybe some praise in there where you're giving God praise. You're helping someone else have a better life.
Understood. Well, thank you once again for joining us on The Well, and we'll see you next time. Join us on Facebook and YouTube. Looking for more West State TV original content? Like and subscribe to make sure you never miss a video.